What's up, y'all? So I know everyone has heard of Victor Wembanyama by now. But did you know basketball wasn't his first sport? Or that he has siblings that are hoopers too? Today, we bring you 10 things you didn't know about Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama came into the NBA with so much hype that he is already under pressure to perform well from day one. This century, there have been only two players, LeBron James and Zion Williamson, who came into the league with so high expectations. Like Wembanyama, the number one pick of the 2023 NBA draft, ended up with the San Antonio Spurs and is already one of the biggest stars in the game, even though you probably think you've heard everything about him. Here are 10 things you probably didn't know about Victor Wembanyama. Victor's father, Felix, is a native of the Democratic Republic of Congo. He is 6'6" tall and was a track and field athlete, competing in a long jump, high jump, and triple jump. He has a triple jump record of 15.56 meters and a long jump record of 7.41 meters, as well as running 100 meters in just 11 seconds. Such athletic gifts seem to have been passed on to Victor Wembanyama, along with a healthy dose of height, even though his father wasn't into basketball. Victor owes a lot of his athleticism to him, not just because of genetics, but for the valuable lessons as well. If you are wondering where Wembanyama found his love for basketball, there is no doubt it comes from his mother. Wemby's mother, Elodie, is 6'3" tall, and she played basketball professionally before becoming a youth basketball coach. Victor was surrounded by the sport from an early age, but Elodie did not want to force his son into it. However, she was the one who introduced the game to her son, and it was definitely the right decision. I mean, you cannot go against your genes after all. Victor is the second child in his family. He has an older sister named Eve and a younger brother named Oscar. Eve is 2 years older than Victor, and she is also a basketball player. He has an older sister named Eva and a young brother named Oscar. Eva is 2 years older than Victor and is also a basketball player. Eva currently plays for Monaco in the French LF2 League, which is the French second division in women's basketball. She is 6'1" tall, and last season averaged 6.4 points and 5.4 points per game. In 2017, Eva was part of the French U16 national basketball team that won the European Championship. Victor's brother Oscar is 15 years old and is already 6'6" tall. Oscar's first choice was handball, a sport very popular in Europe, especially in France. However, soon after he tried handball, Oscar decided to follow in the footsteps of his siblings and play basketball. You already know that Wembanyama is from France, and he represents his country on the international scene. But if you want to be more specific, Wembanyama was born in a Paris suburb named Le Chesnay, which is about 10 miles west of the French capital. The city is known as the last place Napoleon's Grand Army fought in 1815. Wembanyama is not the first famous athlete coming from Le Chesnay, as this city is also the birthplace of the Rio Olympics gold medal winner, Kevin Starr, and former Premier League star, Nicolas Anelka. Can you imagine Wembanyama doing martial arts? Me neither. If he tried something like that, he would definitely look like some type of superhero and end up on a Hollywood movie screen, just like another NBA player that we will mention later on in this video. But when Victor was just a kid, he actually practiced judo. It is an unarmed, modern Japanese martial art that became an Olympic sport in 1964 and is quite popular in France. After he was done with judo, young Victor wanted to try a team sport, but interestingly, basketball was not his first choice. When he was around 6 years old, Wembanyama started with football, or soccer, as it is called in the United States. It is definitely the most popular sport in Europe, especially in France, as they won both the World and the European Championships in the years before Wembanyama was born. Victor was actually the goalkeeper on his team, and there's no doubt that he would have made it between the posts as well. After Wembanyama was done with his goalkeeping dream, he joined the local basketball club Entente Le Chesnay Versailles at the age of 7, and 3 years later joined the youth system of Nanterre 92. The story of how he ended up in Nanterre 92 is probably one of the funniest you've ever heard. Wembanyama was discovered while playing for an under-11 squad in Versailles by Michael Allard, a coach of the Nanterre 92. Allard was president in the gym when 2 youth teams were playing, and his attention was drawn to a man sitting on the bench with an unusually long frame. Allard thought it was the assistant coach of the team, but he was astonished to realize he was observing a 10-year-old kid. Allard managed to get Wembanyama signed for the team. He made the professional debut in October 2019 against Brezhka in the Euro Cup. At 15 years, 9 months, and 25 days, he was the second youngest player ever in the Euro Cup. He spent most of that season in the under-18 and under-21 leagues, averaging 10.2 points and 4.8 rebounds per game. Wembanyama became a world star in the last couple of years, especially after his Metropolitans 92 team played a couple of games with the G League teams, and the NBA started live streams of their game on the NBA app. But when Wembanyama was on the radar for a while, and he was actually in the scouting reports when he was only 15 years old. Wembanyama was part of all youth French national teams, and whoever followed basketball knew that he was a future superstar. We already know that Wembanyama was drafted with the first overall pick at the 2023 NBA Draft by the San Antonio Spurs, and Greg Popovich will have another chance to work with another Frenchman after he had a lot of success with Tony Parker. This is not the first connection between Wembanyama and Parker, as in the 2021 offseason, Wembanyama signed a 3-year deal with Asvel, one of the best teams in France, which competes in the Euro League, and by the way, is owned by Tony Parker. Wembanyama averaged 6.5 points and 3.8 rebounds per game in the Euro League, and finished second in voting for the Euro League Rising Star Award. At the end of the season, he opted out of his contract with Asvel and joined Metropolitans 92. Coming from the suburbs of Paris, it is no wonder that Wembanyama is into art. Being only 19 years old, it may be too early for him to have any significant knowledge in that field. But as he says, he is very good at building with Legos. Standing 7'4", Wembanyama joins Boban Marjanovic as the tallest current player in the NBA and is one of only 10 players in NBA history to be at least 7'4". When it comes to NBA history, there have been only 5 players taller than Wembanyama. And if you are wondering who those may be, we got you covered. Gheorghe Mariza, Monty Ball, Sean Bradley, Yao Ming, and Chuck Nevin. There is no doubt that Wembanyama is a generational talent. And the only thing that may hold him back from basketball stardom is injuries. Players his size have major difficulties staying healthy with the type of pace and physical contact the NBA demands. Wembanyama is coming from the French League, which is not even close to the level of the NBA. With the hype he is surrounded with, he will have a target on his back, and none of his opponents will have mercy for him. Wembanyama is still a 19-year-old kid who needs to put on muscles, and that is the main reason why the Spurs shot him down after only 2 games in the Summer League. And that's it for today, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the 22 Hoop Clips family. And until next time, peace.